show called Battle Dome. And it was like American Gladiators on steroids. Okay. And the first thing I ever auditioned for, and I got it. And now my life changed. It was in front of the camera. And I remember my wife coming to a show and she was like, you really got a knack for this. I was like, because, as an artist, all I did was like, I envisioned what I wanted to film. So I said, I have to be the person that I would love to put in my movie or in my show.
Right.
And that was my acting technique, and it worked. It worked. And let me tell you, that was over 25 years ago. And I can't believe the career that's happened. It's kind of wild because you kind of follow, I almost like looking at, I feel like I was holding on to a log and you just let the river take you where it goes. You know what I mean? And don't resist anything. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, one thing I noticed is that there are a lot of people like, if this happens, no, say no to that and no to that. It's got to be this path. But I never did that. It was like, just go, just follow. Like the fact that the audition was presented to me and I went, that's changed my life forever. So I knew as new opportunities come, try it, go for it. You don't know if this is going to be the key for you or not.
Terry, that reminds me of something you said about Arnold Schwarzenegger from working with him. You mentioned that he encouraged you to try everything.
Yes.
Drama, comedy, horror, all sorts of films.
Yes.
But I wanted to ask, what was an opportunity that you went after that scared you the most?
It's funny you would mention Arnold Schwarzenegger because I have a story about that. It's funny because the first time I got a movie role, it was a movie called The Sixth Day with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was giant. It was $100 million movie shooting in Vancouver. And I had never acted before. Like I had done this TV show Battle Dome, which was kind of a game show and all that, but not like, here I am. This is a big movie. And I will never forget my scene with Arnold. I was supposed to walk up to him on his steps of his house. And I was like, Adam Gibson, come with us. And I walked up there and Arnold turns around, looks me in my face, and I'm like, and I didn't say a word. I couldn't speak. And something magically went wrong with the camera. And they were like, oh, we got to reset. I'm sorry, we got to reset. And I remember pulling myself to the side and I was like, Terry, do you want to go back to doing security? You want to go back to sweeping floors? Hey, man, I know you're scared, but do it anyway. Do it, do it, do it. You have no other recourse here. Your family, your future, your kids, everything is hinging on this moment right now. And when they started, and then they started up again, and I was like, Adam Gibson, come with us. And he was like, I like this guy. He's really good. He comes with the heat, And I was like, after that, I knew to go in. Like, because you're going to be afraid. You're going to be scared. But I learned also there's a big difference between fear and excitement. Fear and excitement feel exactly the same. And you have to know the difference. If you're fearful, you tank, you stop. But if you feel those bubbles and you decide that you're going to be excited, you get better. It becomes your performance rises. So I took all those bubbles and started to understand I'm excited. I'm not fearful. I'm excited. And all of a sudden that changed everything for me. And I mean, it became where I didn't want to run from the camera. Even though I may feel fearful or no, it's excitement. You're excited. Don't be scared. And all of a sudden, everyone gets on board with you. It's amazing.
I heard this story. Everyone knows that famous scene in White Chicks
Yes.
where, it's epic. I feel like I've played that video so many times.
How did you know? I love this song.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, and I miss you. And now I wonder.
I heard you did that in one take, Terry.
Right. That's right.
Well, take me through that moment. How did that happen?
Well, you have to understand, I was in my hotel room practicing that probably for a month straight, right?
One scene?
Listening to the song all day long, to the point where I was getting all the little things and anything. I just wanted it to be pivotal, right? And when I sat in that car and they started filming, I was like, please just run the camera because I'm ready to give it up. And the moments when, they discovered that whole little, it was just flowing. I mean, it's funny. I even realized how when you see great athletes like Steph Curry doing his thing, you can see it when he's on. When Jordan scoring 63 as his rookie year, it's like time stops and you can do no wrong. That's how it felt on that set of White Chicks. Everything flowed. Every line just flowed out of me, man. I was going, this is a spiritual experience. You know what I mean? On the most stupid movie ever. You know what I mean? But that's why it still lasts to this day. It took a lot of preparation. I was in that room, like I said, for a whole month doing that practice.
You're just listening to Vanessa Carlton on repeat.
All the time, all day long, nonstop. And I said, I'm going to be over prepared so that when it comes, it's just going to flow.
What were some alternate takes of that?
Oh,
like, where were you going to take that?
Well, there were none. I mean, we did it once.
Yeah.
No,
I'm saying the preparation, because that's so fascinating to hear, Terry, that you prepared for that moment.
Yeah.
Because when I heard one take, I'm like, he's a natural.
No. You see, this is another thing I want to say. And this is, a lot of people don't realize it. There's no such thing as a natural. Everything is learned. Everything is worked on. Everything. I hear a lot about rappers who go into the studio once and then they can all of a sudden, they never write anything down, but they've been working on this thing for years and years and years, all day long, 24/7, nothing but lyrics, nothing but. So when a guy like Jay-Z gets in the studio, it's got to explode.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there is no not writing or not working on it and all this stuff. You're working on it. And so when people see things that are natural, what they say is natural is just the first time you saw it. You know what I'm saying? But behind closed doors, it's nothing but work. It's hard work until it gets into the flow.
Yeah, that's amazing. Did you fear being typecast? I feel like a lot of folks, even when they hit their stride creatively, they feel like they have to make the same thing, whether that's a YouTuber making the same video, the same format, it's an actor playing the same role. Did you feel that? And how did you fight against it?
Well, first of all, you have to understand that I was on my way to being typecast. And this is another thing. Typecasting